Yeah, this is the main home nursery and primary school. And here we have nursery children, baby class, middle, top. And there are many, and others are still there. They are feeling very cold. It's very cold for them. So when the sun is there, at least we would make them to get some vitamin from the sun. And some of these children don't have the school uniform. Their parents cannot afford the school uniform for them, because here we depend on agriculture, whereby we take like three months. That's when they can carry out harvest, and the food is sold. They take food to the market. That's when the parents can get money for the uniform. So you see all these children, some of them are needy of the neediest. The need of the neediest, others are orphans. So it's very difficult for them sometimes to have school uniform. So they have to have food items. So at least when they pay for them food, the parents beg or the guidance. Most of them, they have their guidance that at least we give them time. Sometimes the school even sacrifice. We as the director and the staff, the money you get sometimes we spare for them for the school uniform. So we decided that at least we keep these children at school, though they don't have school uniform, but for us at least when they are giving them some knowledge. So knowledge is something very, very important. So so this one is ranging the ages here, ages of 6 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years. We sort of involving them at school so that they don't get other issues from outside. They get used to school life here.
You happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you happy and you know, clap your hands.
So children in this village lack a role model, because most of the community here they dwell on the fishing, others agriculture, so they don't bother much about sending their children to school. I was raised from the family whereby my mother used to brew alcohol to pay my school fees, and that's why I was able to acquire quality education. And from the village I also back up my mother by going for fishing. Children in this community, they think fishing is more profitable, because at the end of the day they are able to get something to buy source food for their parents. In our village here, most of the activities which generate money is done by women. So you see some women, they go and buy fish, they sell. Others they buy tomatoes, those small scale business, to see that they raise money for sometimes buying food for their children. Their husband majorly dwell with the drinking alcohol. So at the end of the day, they are drunk, and most of the responsibilities are being done by women. Find some women to the reaching extent of going to the lake to exchange sex for fish, sex for money, to get something for survival. This results into HIV/AIDS, and most of them are affected by HIV/AIDS, and therefore this weakens them. They cannot do hard work, since women are the one who do hard work for the survival of their family. Since the parents to these children sometimes are too drunk, the condition sometimes forces these children to go fishing, and from there, as a result, some of them end up by getting blasphemia, which affect even their studies, and their parents could not even afford the money for treatment. So therefore, we say at least we should open these schools whereby we involve these children at schools, though their parents cannot really manage, but at least we instill some knowledge in them, and we tell them how to be responsible in future. So this institution at least is at least protecting the children who go for fishing and end up by getting blasphemia. So we involve them at school, we engage them, and we teach them spiritually, and we counsel them, give them guidance and the counselings. Our goal is to improve the livelihood and the future of the community, so that in future they can be able to sustain a living by themselves, through asking for the volunteers to come and stand with us with this project that we have started. We also have some challenges. Majorly, we have a pit latrine being constructed by our brother in Australia, that is Jonathan, and it's really helping us. Though girls are sharing with the staff, teachers around, and on the other hand, we also have the temporal pit latrine that the community was able to construct, and it's used for boys. So still there is need at least for a permanent latrine for boys, and even a separate latrine for teachers, because sometimes teachers may go to ease themselves. You collide with a pupil, which is really embarrassing, and we lose value as teachers. Yeah, that is it really. Yeah. On the other side, not only because of the latrine, which is a bit a challenge, but on the other hand also you find that most of our girls drop out because of the sanitation and the hygiene. Most of the girls who have reached like from 14 years and above, sometimes their parents cannot buy for them sanitary pads, so the other children laugh at them when the menstruation periods occur, so they end up by dropping out, since the parents don't know even the modern and how to make the provisional sanitary pads, so our girls end up by dropping out. And the other thing, during that lockdown, we had a number of girls who got pregnant because they could not be involved or guided or counseled by their parents. Parents just leave them at home, go and drink alcohol. They leave young girls at home where boys could come from nowhere, men, and defile them because of money. They deceive them with the money for survival, for buying other things like knickers and other things, because the parents could not afford for them. Really, it's very touchy, very touchy. On the other hand, we are really very glad, and we want to thank Jofa for the current construction which has been launched today. That is the construction of the school office and the storage, and it really is going to help our children.
So I'm called Rhoda, and I'm representing Australian community in partnership with the Jofa. Yeah, Australian community is working hand in hand with the Jofa to see that we are able to help our communities together with the community members. Remember, no one is an island. Jofa cannot do it alone. Australian community can't do it alone. Either a well community.
We are going to build an office here for keeping the school materials and the school documents, and today we are going to launch this project officially. Thank you very much.
Would like to beg the Jofa as an organization at least to help us with some classrooms for our children to improve on sanitation, because at the moment the classes that we are using are not ours. We are just renting the houses from the community, and sometimes the link, like one is not roofed, but though it was roofed, it is very small and it's not even ours. So we beg Jofa if they could get a way of constructing for us classrooms where our children could have conducive learning environment, and this would encourage learning, and the life of our children would be improved. Yeah, the other thing that we also request from the Jofa as an organization here at Main Home Nasaran Primary School, we have different categories of children dominated by needy of the neediest children, whereby the guidance sometimes buy 2 books, for example, in a child in primary 4, 2 books, 48 pages, and when you tell them that these books are not enough, they request you to cut the book in the middle. Each book you cut into 2 pieces, and this we don't encourage this. So this sometimes the hard challenge, and we cannot send these children back home since they are going to lose hope and give up with education. So we really beg, and even buying uniform is sometimes a big problem for the children, for the caregivers. So these caregivers just send their children in non-uniform, whereby sometimes when they get accident on the way, it's very difficult to identify that they are our children. So the children suffer on the way, but when they get accident and when there is need, maybe they're hungry, so it's very difficult to identify our children. And the other thing is even the shoes. A child who at least put on a shoes is so proud, but they cannot afford even shoes for the children, so they move barefooted. Here the latrines, our latrines sometimes, since the high population is using, sometimes it may affect them, they get other diseases. So we beg, in case if there is any other way where we can get these children uniform and scholastic materials, shoes as well, really this will improve their life. They will be encouraged to learning, and they will be changed totally, and education will be improved.
Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start?